day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curve, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. They juked him. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Down, ready, 280.
Mike by 4. Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, check. Got it to go.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Line 54, come to my work.
Play action, Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
47 is the mic. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Check.
On first down, it's Gurley. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan, that's complete to Smith. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On third down, Ryan. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll go play action with Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
You got tight right there. Hey, Charlie. 54 is Mike.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 3 catches last week. He's got 3 in the first quarter here tonight. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch that agreement.
Smith, his first carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Hey, express, express.
Watch twist.
Hey, South. Get out. All right, 25-9.
They keep it with Smith on first down. It was P.J. Williams that time on the tackle.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. 47, Mike, 47.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, you're running.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He finds Latavius Murray. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Joker, 11.
7's the mic, folks, 7's the mic. Hey, they scared, they scared.
Hey, exit.
7's the mic. 40.
Check.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
22. Pick the edge. Come. 47 West.
Mike, 47.
I'm on. Wait.
Slam.
Go. Hey, South. Hey, gun.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, he's going to dump it off to Gurley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8. Play action. Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, it's Breeze. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Taken in at the 11. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
47's the mic. I got one. Watch that. Be good. Gun.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's got Smith here. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Bryant's kick is good. So So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
He's coming.
Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, Foxtrot. Hey, easy. Sammy.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
45.
Under.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Kill. Alert 3.
Easy, opposite.
Slam. Tighten up. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 3.
Here's Kamara trying to run for him. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
And the Saints 1st down.
Ready. 95-56.
What we got? Switch. Check.
Over.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
Yes, Mike. I got you. You're all right, baby. You're all right.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Nowhere. Absolutely no.
Ready. 95-56.
Watch it.
Kill.
From the gun, it's Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
I'm coming for you, son. Check it back. Slow.
shotgun now for Breeze. It's caught by Sanders. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. They run. It's Kamara. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Ready, play 25.
March 47.
Gun.
Here we go. 47 Mike, 47 Mike. Mike, 47. Watch the run.
Hey, Rip Lance.
47's the Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47.
Hey, Delta.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught, Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, South.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Mike 5-4. It's going to be a long day. Let's go.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Got an open man. It's QT. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. To throw is Ryan. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one.
Hey, switch gears. He's checking. Crash.
You're good. Right forward, ready.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Brees. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The linebacker Darius Leonard applied the heat. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Smith. A gain of 3, 2nd down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Kiki QT, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for the Saints. 41 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Breeze. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I did. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Well, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
He's got it. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll run it with Kamara, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And that is Allen still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were really...
I think what we saw... Three takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Atlanta, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner. Start your week by installing your game plan.